Hey everybody, it's your boy SergDragon. Welcome back to another edition of the Heavens Monsters podcast. We are going to do December 20th of 2019 edition of Friday Night SmackDown because, well, we'll mention that last bit in just a bit. But first, introducing my partner for tonight, Xavier Hill.
Once again, MVP is in the ring, so that can only mean one thing. Big things popping, little things stopping. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the view, because the Heavens Monsters podcast is for people better than you.
As to what I was saying in our last video, we should mention this. Our boy T-Money got the news update that apparently there will be no more episodes of 205 Live. So in other words, in the famous words of Robot Chicken, 205 Live is canceled. I'm like, no! They worked so hard, come on, no! Even though there would be a new episode, I was able to look at it. It actually is just the best episodes of 2019 of 205 Live. The matches, or should I say. Best matches. I was like, damn, that sucks. So I'll be sure to watch that later, since it's nothing much to mention. So this video is just primarily going to focus on SmackDown Live and how it went. Speaking of which, let me turn back my phone on. In which case, the show starts with a recap of what happened on TLC. In which case, we would see the match between Daniel Bryan, after the match between The Miz and Bray Wyatt for the Universal title. Bray Wyatt wins, but with the return of Daniel Bryan with a clean cut, top to bottom. Everybody is happy that we see the Yes Movement back in action. Full force. With Daniel Bryan coming out to actually speak on his behalf on the tragedy of what happened the last time we saw Daniel Bryan before that, when he got jumped and pulled under the ring and was being hair ripped from God knows which part of his face and head was being ripped while underneath the ring. He actually said that his own daughter couldn't even recognize the man he'd become because the persona of the Daniel Bryan he made was this bearded, long-haired figure. But now he's seen the underdog, the hard worker, the real wrestler finally revealed to his face from back in the day. And it's true that he was a hard worker back then with that look. And that's how he looked when he first came to WWE. Yep. In which case, coming out to the ring would be The Miz, because Daniel Bryan would say that he has unfinished business and he's coming for Bray Wyatt. But The Miz says, nah. Because he knows, being a father, he's got unfinished business with Bray Wyatt. Even though he lost the match to regular Bray Wyatt, not the Fiend.
Yep.
Mr.
Rogers gimmick.
Or I would like to call him PBS Bray Wyatt.
PBS Bray Wyatt.
Because Mr. Roberts' Neighborhood was on PBS Kids, right?
True.
There you go. So, that was in Houston, Texas. I don't know if where Mr. Roberts' Neighborhood was anywhere else in America. It could have been on another channel. But PBS, that was here in Houston, Texas. Mm-hmm. So PBS, Bray Wyatt versus The Miz. The Miz lost, and he still has unfinished business prior to the emotional stress that Bray Wyatt did to him, his wife, and his daughter,
Monroe Sky,
with all the plushies in her cradle. Crib. And here comes a sour note prior to his win over Roman Reigns at TLC, where he cheated in the highest regard, full on one in a TLC match, got the win, and says that he dethroned Roman Reigns as the locker room leader, that he is the one who is supposed to go up next, because he deserves to go up next against the Fiend or Bray Wyatt
for the Universal Championship.
So in this, before any of them could actually drop him for insulting them on the fact that he says that neither of you even count just because you're whining and crying about your family and this, boo-hoo, take it somewhere else. They looking at each other like, did he just seriously say that? I know he didn't just say that. Booker T moment. Tell me he didn't just say that. Thank you, bro. That was perfect. But anyway, with that, they look like they were going to jump him. Instead, they get jumped, starting with Daniel Bryan, by the Jester. I'm calling him because I like how freaking Roman Reigns said it. The Jester, Dolph Ziggler, comes to his aid, courtesy of the fact that Robert
Roode
is still injured. So ultimately, that's how it gets into that little setup for the night. And apparently, we would have a tag team match between The Miz and Daniel Bryan versus Dolph and Corbin. How did you feel about that, bro? Your 2 cents.
I just wish that they did not have to bring up The Miz or Daniel Bryan's family. Because when you talk about somebody's family on social media or in person, that's crossing the line, and you definitely gonna get your ass beat up.
Mm-hmm. We would have a special between Heavy Machinery and the Revival in a Miracle. A Miracle on 34th Street fight. That was like, what? Street fight. Okay.
Miracle on 34th Street
fight. You gotta say it all together. That's what's weird. I know. In a Miracle on 34th Street fight. There's got an emphasis on the street fight at the end. What don't get? Wait. So you get. But in the end, with what happened to Otis last week with the ham. Oh no, that's right. Otis won. Otis won that day. Yeah. Because who wouldn't it be for his Secret Santa to walk up to him and mention that would be none other than 3, 2, 1, Mandy.
Mandy Rose comes out, gives Otis his ham, and
because she's a Secret Santa, she pulled his name.
Yeah.
So she gives him a ham, and he's like, and then she comes in.
That's not all.
Yeah, good.
Mandy Rose kissed Otis on the cheek, and could that mean Otis finally got his girl?
He gonna get it. He gonna get that wrestling match tonight. He got the momentum.
Otis got himself an early Christmas / birthday present.
And I gotta say this like Disney's Hercules with Philatites when he's hyping up Achilles. He was like, "But that's look at the heel of his," and you would think that the match was going so good. You would see Legos, you see this, you see that, you see this, you get to see going through tables. But that's stinking Revival. They had to take the ham that Mandy Rose gave them and then drop it.
Wow,
it's ruined. See what I said? I had to do that because I was like, that much. And it would turn out that after the match, Heavy Machinery would win that match because, well, he had the momentum going in, hyped up thanks to Mandy with his ham and the kiss on his cheek. And then he's got a whole different type of hype because he's pissed that his ham is ruined. The gift that was given to him, the one thing given to him by Mandy. And it was like, I'm going to catch your ass. He got him.
Oh, yeah.
He got the caterpillar on the 34th street fight match. And we get the heavy compressor, and we got the win for Heavy Machinery. Yeah. He then takes the ham, the Christmas ham, to Mandy Rose and just go, it fell. She gives him a hug and showing that she doesn't mind. But then when she comes back from the hug, her pink sweater is all greasy.
Greasy and sweaty.
They're both quiet like, I just came from a match and I was holding the ham to my chest. That's no words were needed. We knew. That was a funny moment. That was perfect. Next up, we would have a match for Carmella versus Sonya Deville. In this match, Carmella would win the match, and if I remember correctly, it would be the New Day dancing on stage with Carmella because their match would be next against Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro. Also, I want to point out Cesaro's gimmick is he trying to do the Matrix now? Because he's got these little data ones and zeros flowing through the screen.
Probably.
Like, he went from Swiss Superman, Swiss Super's machine, to James Bond gimmick, to fusion with Sheamus, who's, by the way, Sheamus is coming back. He makes another promo saying that he's going to make his return. He's going to prove he's the strongest warrior. And now he's got this Matrix. What the hell you think you are, Neo? Ultimately, the New Day fights Shinsuke Nakamura and Cesaro, and they get the win. That's good on them.
Yep.
We then have a match between Bayley and Dana Brooke.
Dana Brooke.
And who wins that match?
Bayley.
Damn. He hits her with her finishing move. I don't know what it's called. Do you know what it's called?
Not that I recall.
Right? They haven't given it a name yet.
Yeah, she don't call her move the hugger no more. The belly to belly hug or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Next, we have Lacey Evans versus Sasha Banks, ends in a double countout thanks to the fact that while she was beating up on Lacey Evans,
Sasha Banks crossed the line mentioning Lacey Evans' family.
Who was in the audience? We would see Lacey Evans' own baby girl. She was so cute. She had such long, curly blonde hair. And she was getting upset that her mom was getting beat down by Sasha Banks. She was getting all cringy and stuff. I haven't seen that kind of face since Mad Girl after The Miz. Miz's hated fan girl.
Yeah.
She's like, she wanted to get her hands on her. That bad. Ultimately, she would get in that little girl's face, and here comes Lacey Evans knocking her out and beating her up, and they would have to be pulled back by their partners, Dana Brooke, as well as
Bayley.
Yeah, Bayley. It looked like Bayley was trying to beat her up too, not pull her back. It was like, make up your damn mind, Bayley!
Hell yeah.
Finally, we have the final match, Eagle.
Main event of the evening was Daniel Bryan and The Miz versus King Corbin and Dolph Ziggler. I'm going to go ahead and take this over. After being brutalized by King Corbin and Dolph Ziggler during the sneak attack earlier in the night, long-standing adversaries, Daniel Bryan and The Miz would have to find a way to work together. They joined forces against the Royal Count.
Is that what they're called?
Yeah, the Royal Count.
The hell? Royal Count.
They would just do that as a A-lister had Ziggler trapped in a figure.
Figure 4 leg lock.
Wow, figure 4 leg lock. Bryan prevented Corbin from breaking the hold by leaping over Miz and Ziggler to strike the 2019 King of the Ring with a vicious running knee. Moments after the post-match announcement that Bryan, Miz, and Corbin will battle next Friday in a triple threat match for the right to challenge Bray Wyatt for the Universal title at Royal Rumble here in Houston, Texas at the Minute Maid Park.
Oh, so we're not getting a Universal title match. We're getting a triple threat for the number one contender for it. What the hell? And
the Fiend Bray Wyatt's haunting laugh echoed throughout the arena.
Yep.
And that's how this episode of SmackDown came to an end.
How'd you think about that, bro?
Man, that was good that despite that they had some unfinished business with each other, Daniel Bryan and The Miz worked together to take on King Corbin and Dolph Ziggler.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because, damn, even Corbin was wondering when the lights were flickering and the lights were going out, we thought that Bray Wyatt or The Fiend was going to show up. Nope. The lights in the arena were still on, and all we heard was that laugh, that recorded laugh. And we just hear, we see Bryan, we see Miz, and we see Corbin just in the corner like, the hell?
What the hell was that?
Yeah, you don't know what you signed up for, Corbin. You gonna find out, because these two, Miz, Daniel Bryan, know what they're in for.
Mm-hmm.
But since we're gonna have a triple threat at the Royal Rumble, that sucks. But oh well. You know what really sucks? Despite the fact that at least the Fiend shows up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Bray Wyatt with his episodes. Yeah. See you in hell. Yeah, well, the one person we don't see at all is Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
He wouldn't even show up. It's funny. Seth Rollins is issuing a challenge to Rey Mysterio because it's the second best title, because he's been taken out of the WWE picture.
Yeah.
WWE title. World title picture. Championship. Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
T-Money will get on me saying, it's not a world
It's
title.
not a world heavyweight title. It's just WWE Championship.
Yeah. In which case, we haven't even gotten a word from Brock Lesnar in which, I know he's going to fight at WrestleMania, but can we get him at Elimination Chamber or the Royal Rumble? Please.
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 He's holding that WWE Championship hostage just like he did with the Universal title.
And the question is, who's going to fight him
That's
at
the
WrestleMania?
question. Who's going to fight Brock Lesnar? They said this will be, WrestleMania 36 will be his last match.
Brock?
Yeah, Brock Lesnar.
They did say that one time, and Brock Lesnar went off script and beat the living hell out of Roman Reigns, took the title, and when he got to the back, he threw the damn title in Vince McMahon's face.
Mm-hmm.
Vince said, asshole! So, will that happen again, or legit will this be Brock Lesnar's last match? This year at WrestleMania?
We don't know yet.
And that's another thing too, because I'm trying to think, who is he going to fight? The best contenders, since Seth Rollins is definitely out of the question, the ones would be Kevin Owens, AJ Styles, Randy Orton. I don't think it would be Ricochet. I would say Aleister Black would maybe be a good pick. And maybe if his character just switched from from heel to babyface, Bobby Lashley or Rusev.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the 6 top picks I could say that isn't Seth Rollins. Maybe.
Hope my dream match would probably be Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, he has MMA fighting skills, and he is known as the Almighty right now in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
So, actually, if they make Brock Lesnar a babyface and Bobby Lashley a heel with Lana in his corner,
yeah,
that might work. That might work. I'm just spitballing here, folks.
Right.
We're just spitballing. As for, because if they do an elimination chamber, what would be the highest spotlight this time around? Because by the sound of it, they're not going to have the WWE Championship or the WWE Universal title on the line at Hell in a Cell.
Elimination Chamber.
Thank you. I said Hell so. Because they do that. They have the number one contendership or the title on the line. They did that with the women's tag team titles and the first crowning ever. That was awesome. Mm-hmm. So this year, what will we have? The Intercontinental title? The women's tag team titles again? Or the United States title? Because we're not doing those two because of The Fiend and Brock Lesnar.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be nice. That or, no, the Viking Raiders lost their titles to the OC. That's right.
Yep.
And the New Day are the current SmackDown champions.
Yep.
So, anything could happen. So as far as that's concerned, we know for a fact we gotta have a Royal Rumble, Elimination Chambers, Fastlane.
Then WrestleMania.
Yep. So we gotta have a lot of stuff going on. Woo! This is gonna be fun. Road to WrestleMania already starting, and we start in H-Town, baby.
Yep.
Royal Rumble, Minute Maid Center. Yep. I always go there between the Discovery Green. I literally can walk over there between the Toyota Center and the Minute Maid Center. I was like, yeah. So That said, yep, that'll be it, folks.
Yeah,
and with that said, take it away, bro.
Before we go, you got to give a shout out to all the members of the Heavens Monsters podcast, starting with these three. Myself, Xavier Hill, Mike Henry, and Andre Mitchell. A link to our 3 YouTube pages will be in the descriptions down below as always. And remaining shout out to Terrence, aka T-Money, Renee, Pharaoh, Chris Petrie, and Delvin.
With that said, ladies and gentlemen, you have anything else to mention?
I just hope this storyline between Otis and Mandy Rose keep going. I find that better than Bobby Lashley and Lana, to be honest.
I would hope they actually bring in more information on what's going on backstage because of the fact that there is another WWE title that's not mentioned at all unless you're on Instagram. And on Instagram, thanks to Up Up Down Down with Austin Creed, aka Xavier Woods, we have the Up Up Down Down title belt, which is defended via video games.
Right.
So I would like for them to actually mention that. Ooh, that's another title I forgot about. The 24/7 title. What if that is on the line at Elimination Chamber? Not an Elimination Chamber, though, because that's kind of extreme for the lowest class title if you're not including the Up, Up, Down, Down title.
Right.
So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. You didn't, give it a thumbs down. Hit the subscribe button right there if you like the content. Hit the notification bell. Ring it. Bang! Right there. And if you do, we'll see you in the next Heavens Monsters podcast. It will be I don't know if we're going to be doing it, me and T-Money. I would like to, but since we covered this, we're not going to have anything to cover come Monday. So, how are we going to do this, bro? Because I'm thinking we might do this after Christmas or... Because Friday, I got to see if I'm working at all. Because they could just say, we're supposed to work. But then they could say they could have the day off. And just make it a 6-day weekend.
Right.
That kills me. I don't get paid. I'm getting paid for 4 hours for Christmas. That's, as far as I know. I don't know about Christmas Eve. I gotta say that. What about you, bro? Oh, you on vacation. That's right.
Yeah, I'm on vacation.
Until when?
First week of 2020.
Ooh. First week of 2020.
I have to take my vacation. Otherwise, I'm not going to get paid for it if I don't take it.
Yeah, that's true. Me, I get paid. I don't take the vacation. I ask for it to be converted into hours so I can get a bigger paycheck. Right. Since, hey, I get the weekends off. That's usually my day of rest, is Sunday. Which, I'm happy to have you here, my brother.
Thank you for having me over here.
So, we're going to go ahead and just watch whatever. And while we do that, we'll see you guys in the next video. I'm SergDragon. This is Xavier Hill. This is the Heavens Monsters podcast. And we'll see you next time. Peace.